So we got a couple of crystal balls that dropped not too long ago, and it's 3 players, like 3 of them, came yesterday from friend of the show, Colin Kennedy, over there at 247 and Sooner Illustrated. He felt the need to drop the bomb early yesterday morning, and we got to talk about it going into the weekend, especially since Junior Day is coming up for Saturday, another Junior Day, that is. That's going to be a big deal for what Oklahoma is trying to do, especially heading to the SEC. So we're going to talk about Kobe Sellers, Max Granville, as well as Tori Block. 3 players got their crystal balls, and from which basically piggybacks off of what we got from the rivals team of Parker Thune and Brandon Drum. So looks like they're leaning to the Sooners, and we got to dive into that. But before we do that, welcome to Sooner or Later Sports. I'm your host, Jay. Thank y'all for pulling up to the channel. Y'all know what it is. This channel is all about Sooner football, especially recruiting and clips from the Sooner or Later Sports show. If you know me well, I'm from Unfair Sports. Please check out that channel here. If you go there for all the college football news and analysis that you could dream of from me about Oklahoma and college football in general, we of course have a good time. So let's dive into each player. If you want to skip, of course, past the intro here, you can go to each player in the description below. I have them chaptered out. That way you can check out a little bit of film, a little bit of each player going on, right? So let's dive into that first. So the first player on this list I think we have to give some love to is going to be Kobe Sellers. Now, y'all know Kobe. Y'all should know Kobe because we've talked about Kobe on the show a few times, and Kobe's been getting crystal balls over the last couple of weeks of people really thinking that this man really wants to be a Sooner. And, you know, granted, I'm pretty excited the fact that he is looking at that. Kobe is out of Pearland, Texas, Shadow Creek High School, 5'11 and a half, close to about 6 feet. About 165 right now as going into his senior year. Now, I think this hasn't been updated since, you know, he went to camps and stuff. So it'll probably change real soon. But Kobe's one of those players, man. He can ball. And we talked about him on the live. The biggest thing about him, dude, is he's a hitter. He likes to hit. You know, something y'all like about players. Y'all like players that like to go out there and put their neck out there and start level folks. We talked to Kendall Dobie recently. That was one big thing about him. And boom, he sold us quick. When he came in, not only at corner and at Cheetah, he's a monster. And so because of that, when I saw Kobe Sellers, I'm like, yeah, this guy can be something, right? And so when I sat down and watched some of the film, man, he be gone, right? Not only is he doing the return game, but he's also, you know, he's playing corner. So he plays quarterback. I mean, the dude does everything there at that high school, man. And it's kind of interesting. And so he's been getting a lot of offers from some bigger schools. You're seeing Florida State jump in there, Georgia, hit him up back in December. He's got Michigan on his trail now. And it's all because he can do everything, right? He's one of those versatile athletes, but he's going to come in here and play corners. Coach Valai and him, you know, really heavy on him, pulling him into Oklahoma, and he'll be one of the top players to come in. Right now, he's rated at about 142 on the consensus and composite, roughly in the top 150 players in the country. And there's a good chance that could rise up, especially playing there in Texas as he gets into the season and he starts doing more stuff. Dude can end up being a monster. But like I said, the big thing with him is he does kick returns. So that means, of course, he can see holes, has a good understanding of that concept. And playing at corner against these wide receivers, I mean, he, you know, plays quarterback a little bit, and that just basically his inability to understand routes. So we've got a player that does it all, and he can come here and probably do that. Hell, he could end up being one of our kick returners. And I know he's pretty fast. I haven't seen any stats on his actual speed, but I know that he ended up, was his sophomore year, he had 2 picks, one of them returned for a touchdown with 9 pass breakups, 61 tackles. Haven't found his stats for 2023, but, you know, it's all over there. And we'll get more of that, especially when he commits. But I wanted to make sure y'all saw this player coming through. So hop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on Kobe Sellers. How you feeling about him coming to Oklahoma and potentially being a Sooner? Love to hear from you all on that. Let's check out the next athlete. Now let's stay here on the defensive side. We're going to look at Max Granville. Now, we watched a little bit of his film while we were doing the live, and y'all were pretty excited about that. But for those that are uninitiated, we're going to talk about through him. Max, 6'3", about 205 right now as a senior. He's an Edge 2025 class out of Fort Bend Christian Academy down in Sugar Land, Texas. So he's down there in the Houston area. And yeah, he's got a motor and he can play. So when you watch his film, all you do is see him. He stands up, he gets down, and he gets around those tackles fast. He's got good hands, good movement, and he's also a track and field athlete. Remember, we talk about this. Oklahoma seems to have this thing for going after dudes to do track, right? That tells me that they want some guys that not only are good at their position, but they want some strong dudes, especially someone that does shot put. So he did shot put as a sophomore, 110-meter hurdles and 300-meter hurdles. Whew. 4x4 relay. And he does high jump. So basically, this dude goes everywhere. Pretty versatile. He high jumped 6 foot as a sophomore. Whew, good Lord. He's got some hops. And so he's versatile. So when you playing defense, you want a dude that can go out there, step back, go into a little bit of coverage, especially as an edge. I mean, he'll put on some weight this year. I anticipate him being in the 230 range by the time he gets here. Or he may be just one of those versatile players that can ball. His brother actually plays at Illinois State, Zion Granville, and his dad played linebacker at Duke, Billy Granville. So he comes from a lineage of players, of family members that played at the D1 level. Now, he's gotten a lot of offers, too. I mean, Baylor's on the list, Penn State. We've got A&M, USC's on there. Bama's giving him an offer. He got an offer from Florida, LSU, Miami, Michigan, Missouri, Ohio State. I mean, I'm going down the line. SEC, Tennessee, Texas. I mean, good Lord. He's got a lot of offers from a lot of big-time schools. So, obviously, people see something on the tape and say, yeah, we'd be interested in him, right? That's Oklahoma's going after some of these players that everybody else is coveting. So, once he decides to commit, we'll definitely dive deeper into the tape and look at it through. But you see some film, hop in the comments. Let me know how you feel about Max Granville. What's your thoughts? Got the crystal ball. So, of course, we're excited about what he's got to offer. Now, let's move over to the offensive side of the ball. All right, the running back room. You got DeMarco Murray going after Tori Block, right? And Tori is a running back out of Humble, Texas. He's 5'11", about 190. So nice size for a running back. He is a consensus top 160 player in the country, top 15 running back in college football. In high school football, not college, high school football. And he is somebody that is going to be really good. So, if you don't know him, his pops played in the NFL. Derek Blaylock, he played in the NFL from 01 to 07. So, dad's a former NFL running back. He's got 2 brothers. One's at Wisconsin as a safety. Travion, as well as Talon, his other brother, plays at Sam Houston. And so, dad's former NFL running back. Got 2 brothers in college football. He's following dad's footsteps, and he's actually playing running back. Good thing about him, though, he's also, once again, yes, he runs track. So, sub 11 in the 100-meter as a freshman. He ran a 10.7 and a 10.83 in the spring of 22. And so, we'll see what those numbers look like coming up here in 23. He was a Texas Newcomer of the Year as a sophomore, and he can run. Right? He knows he got good vision. He hits the hole and he is gone. So looking at the running back room that we're building right now, with Gavin Sawchuk and Javante Barnes getting himself healthy, and then you're adding in Taylor Tatum, Xavier Robinson. You got Caleb Hicks from the year before them going down into Andy Bass, we got to get him get healthy or whatnot. But we're building a running back room that's going to be stupid good. And it's all a lot of talent, that's some of the top talent, as well as a mixture of top and talent that's, underrated. And Tori's one of those that I think could be something, man. He's got the breakaway speed that you're looking for in the running back room. He knows how to hit holes. He's patient. That's the one thing I've seen in some of his runs. I can see him cutting. You can see his eyes moving. He's deciding where to go. That's huge. And I expect him to commit probably close to spring ball or before the summer hits. I expect all 3 of them to drop their commitments closer to the June area, because I actually remind y'all of this. Oklahoma likes their players to go ahead, their commits to commit and be done with recruiting. So they tell them to go ahead and get your visits and stuff in everywhere else as you need to see fit. And then, make that decision and make sure that you're committing and actually committing and not going out there and entertaining other teams. Keep that in mind when you see none of these dudes commit immediately. They take their time in that. And so Oklahoma recommends it. But he can play a little bit of wide receiver as well. He can get out there on the flats. He can get out there and go deep and just catch the ball. And you're going to need that, especially with running backs in the SEC, man. You got to be versatile. You got to be able to trick and, make sure you got to keep the defense on their toes, right? I think Tori's one of those players that can do that. So that's Tori Block. Hop in the comments. Let me know what's your thoughts. How y'all feeling about these players potentially pulling up and becoming Sooners, because I'm keeping a buck. Pretty excited about the idea of getting them. If you made it this far, you like the content, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Would love for you to join this family of Sooner fans. And make sure you check out the other channel, Unfair Sports. We're going to be dropping a whole bunch of news. Probably going to try to make a consistent video every Saturday morning for y'all to roll up into and, talk just about the news of the week as we prepare for the season. And we'll expand it from there. We'll have a whole bunch of new stuff coming down on that channel and here as well. Most of all the clips from the live shows will come here so you guys can enjoy them. And we'll do that. So YouTube says check out one of these videos. Some of the others from wide receivers that we're looking at. Dive into that. We'll talk soon. Peace.